My whole studio's wireless. My guitars, my mics.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
So you perform? You're a musician too?
That's all I do. I'm not a. This is just luck.
Oh, okay.
I had a band with Billy Dee Williams on Motown.
So talk about how did you randomly get be at work and Return of Jedi? You know, did you know about Star Wars or something?
Of course, but I had a band with Corey D. Williams.
Oh really? Okay.
See Corey there?
Yeah.
And we used to rehearse. He lived with his dad back then, and his dad wanted him to stand in.
Nice. Yeah, get the mic a little closer.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
Are we going? Are we going already?
Yeah. So talk about you. You got to be in Return of Jedi because you were in a band. You know?
Corey and I had a band, yeah, and Billy had come in to the studio he had at his house at the time, because Corey lived there at the time, with his father, Billy Dee Williams, and he asked Corey to be a stand-in in Yuma, and Corey was kind of adamant. It was April, it was so hot, you know, and we had an air-conditioned studio. We're really going through the creative process, and Billy said, well, why don't Steve come and play guitar on the set, and you guys continue to write, and that's what we did. Went to Yuma, Arizona. And I was there with Billy, so of course I had all the amenities, so grateful to be there. But driving into the desert to the Salt Lake Pit and the katana, you know.
So that was in what, Arizona?
Yuma, yeah.
Okay.
It just took, it's a long trip out there, maybe 45 minutes, and you were out there for a long time, 12-hour days, 14 hours. So I'd asked one night the producer, Howard Kazanjian, took Billy, and we were invited to go to dinner. And I said, I'll work for free, because I'm out there anyway, put me to work. So the next day, we go in, they make me the guard. And by that time, Corey had been doing stunt work for his dad, because, you know, and standing in.
Yeah.
And they made him Klaatu that day. And then Billy Dee took that picture that you saw earlier, and that was put away into the archives, the one of Corey and I. And then 10 years ago when it came out, the fans said, oh, you were in the barge, got killed by Luke? And they could put the face behind the mask. And I've been doing it 10 years ever since, doing this. With Corey.
So you're in the outside part and inside one, right?
No, just outside.
Okay, outside. You're the one who gets sliced by him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah. I'm thinking the one inside who got killed too. So,
exactly.
Wow, how hot was it in that suit?
Oh, it was pretty hot. Well, they kept saying dry heat, you know, in Arizona. But it was hot, but, you know, you just get into it, and you know the magnitude of it, you know, being just a part of that. I never knew it would go this far. We'd be signing autographs with the character and become a Disney toy. You know, it's kind of absurd in a way.
Well, I'm a huge music fan, so I'd like to know more about your music career. What do you do now with it? You know, so.
Music, I'm making my own record now, but I played on a lot of records. I played with on Crazy Town, Gifted Game, guitar, and Black Eyed Peas, and New Edition, Comeback, Belle DeVoe. Back when I was working with Brett Mazer from Crazy Town, he started. We were Scotty Brothers then. And then I had a band for a long time with Billy Worth from the Lost Boys called the Cronies. We used to do a lot of gigs.
Nice.
And you know, some great.
Multiple instruments or just guitar?
I play guitar, but I'm a producer engineer. Actually, making records at home now for the first time because analog and digital have caught up to each other. In the sense of analog sounds like, you know, digital sounds like analog lately.
Yeah.
Especially when it's all integral, the way they do stuff now. When digital came out, we had so many, it was so wide open, we kind of took advantage of it too much. And now I go back to the old school. I plug in a tape machine, like as if I'm in the studio, but digital.
Yeah.
And now Luna, Universal Audio Luna, they put the input and the DAW in under the same chassis for the first time. Because before I'd go to my UA to Pro Tools, which is great.
Yeah.
But the latency in Luna is incredible. I mean, it's part of UA. They give it to you if you have any Universal Audio stuff.
Yeah.
And I love that plugin.
A little bit. I used to play drums. So,
you did?
Yeah. But I used to love going to Cover NAMM and learning about the technology and stuff, you know. So.
Well, drummers are the most important thing. Now I'm tracking drums from England. Blues Harvest, my friend Andy. We played a few Zoom cover songs.
Yeah.
I did an Allman Brothers song with them, and when he sent me the drums to play on and record at my studio, they sounded so good that I said, why don't we do some stuff like this anyway? And we started. It's really cool.
Very cool.
But in the past, my first drummer I met here was Danny Carey.
Oh, really?
Before Tool, and so we used to play together. When he wasn't even with Green Jelly, and he he loved jazz, and I knew the guys from Weather Report, so I kind of hooked them up.
Yeah, when I lived in LA, one of my friends was roommates with some of the Green Jello guys in East Hollywood, and they had some crazy parties and just play in their house.
Over in in Hollywood there.
Yeah, they had all like their arcades and like they had props from their music videos.
Oh, I know. And then on my album, I have 2 great drummers on my EP. You can find on SoundCloud under Stephen Costantino, but James Bradley Jr., who's a legend of all time.
Yes.
He played with Chuck Mangione, and then Nita Baker, and then Mary's Danish.
Yeah.
But if you go back and look on YouTube, when he was like 6 years old, Jack Benny had him on with Nat King Cole. Because the drummer got hurt, and they said, Nat King Cole goes to Jack Benny, I got a drummer. And he comes out, little JBJ, 6 years old.
Wow.
And he takes over. And then Mark Shulman played on 2 tracks, also who I know back from Dave Koz and when he was a Cher, but now he's a Pink. So I love great drumming, because to me, I always track the drums first for me. When I play guitar, I want to capture the essence. Because I write drums at home when I write new material, but it doesn't move with the song as it grows.
Yeah.
Like I have a machine, the native instrument, and it's great, but
nothing beats the real.
As I add stuff to the song and it grows, the drums don't move with it. So I like those nuances in the beginning. Lyrical, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. That's the best. Yeah.
Is there a website online if someone can't make it to a con and wanted to be able to get like your autograph?
StephenCostantino.org.
Gotcha. And do you have music up there or anything if I can check out?
Yeah, SoundCloud. Yeah, you can check my EP.
Very cool.
Steve Costantino in SoundCloud. You'll get the EP right away and check it out. I say SoundCloud. I'm across the board, but SoundCloud has the WAV file, so it's better than MP3s.
Gotcha.
So you get a nice,
All right.
quality.
Thank you so much. What
You're
an
welcome.
interesting life story, man.
You're welcome, brother.